Hey guys, it's Mr. Cognetti from Citizenship Academy. Happy Monday, and today we're going to be starting a brand new module. So last week you guys just finished your exam or your assessment, and today we're going to be starting a new module. That's module 5, and we're going to be working with shapes this time. So today we're just going to be doing an introduction to shapes. So we're going to be looking at what makes a shape, and there's different kinds of shapes, and all shapes, or a lot of different shapes, look different. So we're going to be pointing out those details that make, say, one shape look different from another shape. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is, if you have something to write on and something to write with, perfect. If you don't, go get it. But if you have that ready, go ahead and draw a shape on your whiteboard or on your piece of paper. Any shape. You pick, draw a shape. Go ahead, take a couple seconds. I'm going to do the same thing. Take a couple more seconds. Okay. All right, take 3 more seconds. 2, 1, 0. Okay, now I have 2 shapes drawn. I drew 2 different shapes. We're going to be focusing on one of them today. Your shape might look a little bit more like this. This one's a little crazier, but let me explain this one real quick. This is what we call an open shape. We have an open shape and a closed shape. So imagine, if you're having trouble figuring out what the difference is, imagine if you were inside the lines of both of these shapes. If I was inside the lines, say here or here or here, could I get out of that shape? I could come out this way, I could come out that way. So that means that's an open shape because the sides are open, all right? If we look at this shape and I was in here, I wouldn't be able to get out of this shape because all the sides are closed off. So that's a closed shape. We have an open shape and a closed shape, okay? What I want us to work on today, we're going to be focusing on closed shapes. So pay no attention to this one, okay? So if your shape looks like mine, which is a square, perfect. If it doesn't, that's okay. You could have a triangle, a pentagon. It doesn't matter right now, okay? Because we're just looking at closed shapes. But we do want to make sure that your shape has no openings. Like if something was inside here bouncing around, it wouldn't be able to get out because the shape is closed off, okay? Now, we don't have any openings in this shape because lines come and meet at these points. We have one here, 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 and here. Does anyone know what those are called? Those are called our corners of the shape, okay? So a corner is when 2 lines meet and connect. So if we had 2 lines that went like this, that's not a corner because they are not touching each other, okay? They need to come in and touch each other. This would be the corner, all right? So we have a closed shape that has 1, 2, 3, 4 corners because each one has 2 lines coming and connecting, all right? I'm sure yours has a bunch of corners too. Now what I want you to do is I want you to make a shape that has 3 sides and 3 corners, okay? So imagine you had 3 lines and you need to connect them all so that it is a closed shape. Go ahead and take a couple seconds and do that now, and I'm gonna do the same thing on my board, okay? Remember, 3 sides, 3 corners. Couple more seconds. 3 sides, 3 corners. Okay. All right, take about 5 more seconds to work on your 3-sided shape with 3 corners. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and show me your shape. This is what I have. I have 1, 2, 3 sides. And do I have 3 corners? Right now, I want you, before I count my corners, I want you to put a dot at each one of your corners and count to see if you have 3, okay? Do it that, excuse me. Take a couple seconds and do that now. Okay. Hopefully you had 3. I want you to help me check mine to make sure I have 3 corners. I see one line meeting with another one down here. So there's one corner. Then I see this line coming up to here, and then this one coming up to the top. So that must be another corner, because remember, corners are where 2 lines come together and meet. And I see this line coming this way, and this one coming down and meeting down here. So that must be my 3rd corner. 1, 2, 3. Now this is a triangle. Triangles can look a bunch of different ways. Yours might not look exactly like mine. Yours might look like this. Or it might look like this. Okay, triangles can look a lot of different ways, but they have 3 sides and 3 corners. Okay? Now I want you to erase your board or find a blank spot. And I want you to draw a shape that has 4 sides and 4 corners. Okay? Go ahead and do that now. Four sides and 4 corners. Take a couple more seconds working on your shape. Take about 5 more seconds. Remember, there's a couple different shapes that have 4 sides and 4 corners. So it's okay if it doesn't look exactly like the one I'm about to show you. Okay, this is the shape I drew, okay? Yours can look similar, it can look different, but the things we want to be the same is the amount of sides and the amount of shapes. So let's count mine to make sure I have 4 sides and 4 corners. Okay, count with me. 1 side, 2 side, 3 side, 4 sides. Okay, I have 4 sides to my shape. Now, who remembers what a corner is? How do I know what a corner is? It's when 2 sides come together to meet. So this one and this one are coming together right here. There's one of my corners. Then I have this line coming up top and this one coming across. Another one of my corners. So now I have 2 corners. I gotta make sure I have 2 more though, because 2 plus 2 equals 4. 1, and this one comes to meet here, and these 2 meet down here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. 4 corners and 4 sides. Awesome. I want you to check yours and put dots at your corners as well, okay? Make sure you're counting as you write a dot to make sure that you have 4 corners. And remember, I wanted you to answer this, is this a closed shape or an open shape? This is a closed shape because there's no opening to the shape itself. If some animal was in here moving around, it would not be able to get out of here because it is closed off. Now, if I erased part of this line, it would then be an open shape because if an animal was in here, it could walk right out that way. But we don't want that today. We want to be working with closed shapes. And that's what this is. This is a closed shape. Okay? Now, not all shapes have sides, right? Or do all shapes have to have sides? You tell me. Yeah, not all shapes have sides. Last thing we're going to do is I want you to draw a shape. Think in your head, draw a shape that doesn't have any sides or any corners. Okay? Take a couple seconds and do that now. And then we'll compare it to the one I draw. Okay, take a couple more seconds. Couple more seconds. 3 more seconds. 2 more seconds. 1 more second. And all right, look at my shapes. I drew a couple. All right, now, what are these shapes? What's this one called? This one's called an oval. Same with this one down here, it's just at a little different angle. And the one in the middle is called a circle. So, are these shapes? Yep. Are they opened or closed shapes? These are closed shapes because there's no way out of it if you were in the middle of the shape. So there's no way this dot can get out of this shape because there is a line in the way the whole time, okay? If I were to open it up like this, that would be an open shape. But again, we're not working with open shapes today. So we have 3 different closed shapes here. Do any of these shapes have sides? You could say, oh, the top or bottom, but not quite. A side is a straight line. And this line kind of looks straight right here, but it does have a curve to it, so that's not a side either. This isn't a side. We don't have any sides because all these lines are curved. Sides are straight lines from one point to another, okay? So this can be a side, but this cannot be a side because we don't want curved lines don't count as sides. So technically zeros or not zeros, sorry. Circles or ovals have 0 sides. They can still be a closed shape and have 0 sides. If it has 0 sides, does it have any corners? Because remember what the definition of a corner is. It's when 2 sides come together and meet at one point. So can a circle have any corners? No, circle cannot have any corners. Look at this one in here. There's no points we see from 2 sides coming together. That is just one line going around, starting at one point, going around and ending at that same point. And that is a circle. Okay? All right, remember we talked about open shapes and closed shapes. We talked about different sides. A side has to go from one point to another. A corner has to be where 2 sides meet. And we also talked about how a circle can have a circle has 0 sides and 0 corners, but it's still called a closed shape because if you're inside of it, there's no way out of it. All right, that's our introduction for shapes today. We're gonna start doing more and digging deeper into shapes in the next couple days. But great job. And I will see you guys tomorrow. You guys keep working on all this stuff. You guys did a really good job on the assessment last week, and I'm really proud of you guys. So I miss you guys. Stay healthy. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.